Hey guys, welcome to School of Innovation. I'm your host Deepak, and today we are going to discuss the perennial question that every entrepreneur has to answer before beginning his or her entrepreneurial journey. The question is whether to stay on the job and start or to leave or quit the job and start. Stay tuned for the answer. There are multiple versions or variations of this question. How do I know when to quit my job and start on my own? Or how do I know that I'm ready to start on my own, etc. And let me start with a couple of disclaimers. The first one is the advice in this video applies mostly to working professionals. And the second disclaimer is there is no straight answer to this question. There is no single answer that will fit to all scenarios. The answers will vary from person to person, from industry to industry, and from venture to venture. But there are some characteristics that are common across all these different approaches that lead to success. Characteristics and practices that most of the time make a difference between success and failure. I want to shed light on a couple of those factors in this video. Invariably, innovators and entrepreneurs have the following high-level tasks in front of them. Identify an opportunity of innovation or entrepreneurship, generate solution ideas, validate the solution ideas, fine-tune the solution or offering, and commercialize. I believe all these activities are relatively easier if you try them as an employee inside an organization. But when you quit your job and start, the uncertainty of the situation increases multifold. In my personal viewpoint, the first thing that an innovator or entrepreneur should do is to understand the practicality and scalability of the problem or opportunity he's trying to address via his venture. In the second step, he is supposed to come up with solution ideas, a lot of ideas, great ideas, and different variety of ideas. And thirdly, he has to validate the customer desirability, technical feasibility, business viability, and usability of his solution in the real market with real customers. Fourth step is to fine-tune the solution as per the feedback or observations from the third step, or pivot the entire business model depending on the findings. The fifth and the final step is to commercialize the solution. In this last stage, you have to present your idea, the business plan or the business model, and convince a group of venture capitalists or angel investors to fund in your venture. Imagine you doing all the 5 steps on your own and not getting paid anything while doing so. To make it a bit more uncertain, you don't know the exact duration each step is going to take and how many iterations of this 5-step process you have to do before you can arrive at a business model that is practical, robust, and sustainable. The real differentiator between successful and failed entrepreneurs here is the emotional reservoir that one possesses. How committed and determined you are is of utmost importance here, because if you are not committed, you will quit after a failure or after a couple of failures. But if you are truly committed, then you will stop at nothing and will stand up every time you fall down until you have achieved your goal. Second important factor is the cost involved in the individual steps as well as the overall process, which is hard to estimate before you quit your job. So if you think that you can save amount X and then you can leave your job, think again. I would propose a rule of thumb here. Plan all aspects of your entrepreneurship venture in details by creating a business plan or a business model. And whatever time you have given yourself and the cost you have planned, just multiply it by 3. What am I suggesting is to create a plan and give yourself time and money to run 3 different experiments or 3 iterations of your plan. One of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs are making today is thinking that their first attempt will be a success, and trust me when I say that happens almost never. Will following this thumb rule ensure success? Not always, but it will definitely increase your chances of being successful. And in the end, remember that the true reward for an innovator or entrepreneur is not the end result, but how he or she transforms through this entrepreneurial journey. What you become is more satisfying, fulfilling, and permanent than what you achieve in the end. Third critical factor that can affect time, cost, and overall success of your venture is the team. The uncertainty of the situation compounds exponentially if we bring in the team angle. As an entrepreneur, your success and your survivability depends on the team you assemble. And assembling a new team is not an easy task. It takes time, effort, and experience. If you have not done it in the past, then you are at the mercy of luck, which for me means a lot of uncertainty. In contrast, if you try these inside a company as an employee, then you already have a team that you have worked with before and you can trust. The whole equation changes with this one factor. What I am trying to say here is there are a lot of uncertainties in the process of entrepreneurship. If you are now asking, is there a way to become absolutely certain about all this before quitting your job? The answer is no. But if you are asking, is there a way to reduce the uncertainties in each of these steps substantially? Then the answer is yes. Practice all the 5 steps discussed above as an employee. Train yourself in identifying opportunities of innovation or entrepreneurship. This means you finding a practical and scalable problem that is aligned with your organization's strategy goal. Learn the process of assembling a team that can deliver. This means you learning the process of hiring, negotiating, and team building. Learn the various idea generation techniques and teach your team these techniques. Then work with your team towards generating some really simple and robust solution ideas. Learn the process of validating your ideas, solutions, products, or services in the real market with real customers. With your team, define and institutionalize the process of incorporating the feedbacks or observations from the validation process. Finally, learn to pitch your idea to inner management for funding. Keep practicing these steps as an employee over and over again. I'm sure you will not only grow inside your organization, you will be ready for starting on your own in a few years. Discussing the process of gaining mastery over this 5-step process of entrepreneurship or any other skill for that matter is a subject matter for our next video. My last advice in this video to any entrepreneur is another rule of thumb. Remember, it's never about you or your idea. It's always about your customers, their needs, requirements, or problems. Hence, the first step of identifying an opportunity is very critical. Before deciding on an opportunity, please factor in the following questions. Is this problem really pinching or urgent to my customers? Are my customers actively looking for solutions, or am I trying to shove my solution down their throat? How many customers have this problem? Tens, hundreds, thousands, or millions? Is there any solution available today? If yes, are those solutions efficient, user-friendly, effective, affordable, simple, robust, or durable? If not solved today, this will remain a problem for how long? A month, a quarter, a year, or a decade? In other words, how soon do you think a solution will be available even if you don't address this opportunity? These 5 questions should be considered before you confirm on an opportunity and take a plunge out of your job. Leaving your job first, investing time and money in developing a product or solution that nobody needs is not what I want you to do. That's something a lot of people have done and already are doing, and you can learn from their mistakes. There is no need to make the same mistake and arrive at the same outcome. So that's it for today. Let me know your thoughts and views on the approach suggested, the questions advised, and the core factors to be considered: the opportunity, the time, the emotional drive, the cost, and the team. Do you think there are other core factors an entrepreneur should consider before venturing out? Let me know. Do not forget to like this video and share this video with your friends, family, and colleagues. And if you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel to learn more about the tools, techniques, and concepts needed to bring your ideas into life. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you in our future videos. Till then, take care and happy innovations.